I am.
Live on StreamYard, Facebook, YouTube,
All the
Instagram.
all the things.
You joining?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's on the way.
Was good.
Talk to me.
Was good.
What's good?
How are ya?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm chilling.
Oh gosh. Was good, everybody. Yeah.
Hello. It's been a long time, but we're back.
Has it?
It's been like 3 weeks. I think every other week we take a week off.
I
Maybe,
will. I will say, it's always my fault. I will say that.
but maybe it's a much needed week off.
Yeah.
Maybe you
True.
can't blame it on that.
You're right. Can't blame it on that. You're
But I'm
right.
happy to be here. A new installment of Cultivated Conversations. Do you think that we cultivate with our conversations? Do you think so?
Mm, I think so. Because I see it in a lot of ways. You're growing you're growing in conversation. We're expanding our minds through the conversations. We're uh fostering new ideas. We're learning from people. Like I feel like there's a lot of growing happening. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Hello, mother. Hello,
I get a
internet.
lot of
Hey,
good
y'all.
feedback. I get a lot of good feedback through the
Yeah,
podcast. People saying positive things, so I think we're doing well. I
yeah.
didn't know you got your hair done.
I did get my hair done. It's been a few weeks though. Did I not have my hair like this the last time?
No,
Oh,
I think last time it was Halloween.
yikes. Okay, you're right. Yeah, no, I got my hair done. Um,
It was political. That was Halloween, right?
yeah, it was. I guess you're right. I got my hair done. I don't remember. I really don't remember. I don't.
Yeah, I mean it's been a while.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said though, like what we're about to get in today, maybe those things are needed
Mhm.
strategically
Mhm.
to then set you up for the future. So maybe that's before we hop into that. I guess this could correlate though. I mean, what have you been up to? Let the people know.
Okay. I mean, of course, my usual work and school. But the reason why I wanted to take a break from the podcast last week, and I told DeAndre this, was because like I had my own form of like a mental breakdown.
Right.
And I think it was just due to like a lot of stress at one time. Like the past few weeks at work were very stressful. And then, like every day when I come home, I be feeling like I have to do schoolwork, which I do like every single day. So I don't know, maybe because I never felt like that way in college though. Like I never felt like that. So I don't know if it's just because I'm working full time and doing school, or it's just like a lot at once.
You feel like an American?
Yeah. So I just told DeAndre, I was like, I felt that this episode we needed to talk about like mental health, but on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times people like look at me or look at you and don't be thinking that we're ever sad or we ever have like mental health struggles. Even though we talk about it, I don't know if people really like believe it,
Yeah.
So I just wanted to like be open about that and let
Yeah.
people know who like tune into us that like I really had a really rough week that week, and I appreciated you being like, yeah, let's just not have the podcast.
Yeah. Even like instances, like not even like maybe not always happening at like a full throttle, but just instances that like affect your day.
Yeah.
Little things, maybe seeing someone that you don't like anymore, or just how people are responding to things you actually care about. Like little things that make you feel, kind of down.
Yeah.
It's like why and what and how is that happening? Like how can you combat that type of thing?
For sure. So
today's like a therapy session.
Facts, but we want because we, like I said before, like we be talking about mental health, but I feel like today I want us to get like personal, if that makes sense.
Facts.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question first.
Yeah.
Is that your light skin face?
Yeah, you said you're getting personal. I'm trying. It's like we're on the couch in the bed. We pillow talking right now.
Yo, okay. Yo.
What we need to talk about. Everybody imagine us all cuddling.
No, no. So
we just talking.
You're doing too much. Like
we just talking. Everybody just relax.
Oh gosh. Okay.
All right, go ahead though.
Question. Yeah. All right. What was your darkest moment in your life mentally, and how did you work your way through it?
The darkest moment in my life.
Yep.
Dang, we really stepping on that.
And you don't have to get. I'm not saying you gotta say step by step.
I'm gonna talk about it though. The darkest moment in my life is probably not even people think though. The darkest moment I would say in my life is when somebody that you care about, that you love, that you loved, You find out that they don't care about you no more.
Mm.
And then you are infinitely reaching out, putting your heart on the line for somebody that is continuously cutting it off.
Mm.
Then you finally reach and you get them, and then you realize why you should have never had them in the first place. That was the deepest, darkest time of my life, where I feel like I had nobody. Even as when you have your family, your friends, and the people around you, it doesn't compare, because things you're telling somebody that you love is nowhere near the same things you're telling your family and friends. There's some things that your family and friends can't help you with, in my opinion, can't help you with, that things that you're going on a relationship level. So for me, it was like I was kind of hopeless, because this was the only person I felt I could express myself to in certain ways. And then that line of help was cut off. So now I was lost and I was stuck, and I continuously kept reaching out to nothing. I'm reaching out to like an abyss, into like space.
Yeah.
And having that feeling, knowing that there was nobody for me, made me feel like I was like lost in a way.
Like lost and didn't have support and stuff.
Yeah, like and honestly, like now that I look back, I honestly wish I would handle things differently, just like for myself, because I realized back then that even if I was reaching out, whatever, that's cool. It doesn't matter. That's not what I'm talking about. But just trying to realize that there are other ways to combat your emotions.
Right.
Like in my experience, like in my experience back then, I was very, I don't want anybody else to know what's going on but me and the person. And I realize now that that's not a beneficial thing, because like when you get lost, you have no one else.
Right. But if you would have been maybe more like it's basically one of those things, people can't help you if they don't know what's wrong.
Yeah.
And in a way, like if you're not expressing,
then my other emotions are now overflowing onto things that have nothing to do with the situation.
Yeah.
And now other people why is DeAndre acting like that? Why is he feeling that way? And they have no clue, because I never spoke about these things to anyone.
Right.
Because I don't want to open that door, a personal door for me, when it's supposed to be like just a 2-person thing. You know what I mean? So that point in my life, that was probably like 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
I'll say that was the darkest time, because I had nobody. Truly, because I know I'm kind of rambling, but it's not the fact that literally I had nobody. Like I had y'all and stuff, but I didn't, because I never told you.
Right.
And the person that everything was getting filtered through is gone.
It's no longer there.
It's no longer there. So I had nobody. I don't know if people ever felt like that in a relationship, that after you have nobody, because you want to keep things one-on-one. But it's hard opening up about your relationship, like the troubles, because then people are now in your business.
Even if like what if you're telling somebody who's like non-judgmental? Well, do you think everybody's judgmental?
I think everybody's judgmental, because I feel like I've told things to people. It could be our parents, and I've seen them say things
that shows that.
Yes, maybe not intentional, but it's
a human thing.
It's a human thing. Like it's sly. Like it's on the sly. Like you'll tell them something, then you'll do something later down the road, and then they'll say something about it that they will only be able to comment on because you told them. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like how people do that. Like you told them something, then they comment on something in the future, and like you only know that because I told you.
Because it was mentioned. Got it.
So,
okay. Well, I would like to say I appreciate you opening up and saying.
I feel like I talked about this before too.
I mean, maybe, but I don't.
Yeah, it's not very. It's not hard for me to talk about.
No, I understand. It just, regardless.
Yeah, but I had something to ask you because, like you said, things were going on with you and stuff, and I want to ask you about. So, talk to me about some important activities, right, or projects you've been involved in recently, and be honest about this. How much enjoyment do you get from them? The like recent things you've done at work, outside of work. How fulfilled are you while doing these things?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think of the things that I've been doing. If we do it like from out of 100%, can I do it like that? Like I say, out of 100%, if 100% is like fully like to the max, I would say like 17%.
Wow. You didn't even have to go to bring the 100 perspective in. That just made it worse.
Yeah, because I want to show how.
Yeah.
you know, because like, even though like I feel like I'm doing things because it's for a greater purpose, you know, when it comes to work. Because okay, let me step back for a second. What I do at work is a lot of fun. Like I never feel like I do feel like what I'm doing is making an impact, all those things, but like I don't feel like I'm not gonna say when I leave work, I'm like filled up with satisfaction, if that makes sense.
It's a thing where it's like you may be fulfilled as your work self, but we're talking about your
But
personal
like
self,
exactly.
right?
So that's why I say no. And then I feel like every time I'm doing something, I'm using so much of my energy. I don't ever feel like I'm like I don't leave anything and I'm like, I feel like my cup is filled. You know what I'm trying to say? I like, even though I'm doing stuff that's fun and like I'm with people who I really love and stuff like that, I don't know. And it's probably because I always think about the stuff I have to do. So I can never like be in the moment to really say, okay, I'm having a great time right now. I'm really like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. And I know through all ages, people sometimes, and maybe people in here like feel stagnant, even if you are even at a point of success or
because I don't feel stagnant. I feel like I'm like, I don't feel stagnant. So that's the interesting part. I don't feel stagnant. I just maybe because it's just like a really okay, maybe this is the reason. I feel like at this point in my life, I have like it's the most serious my life has ever been, if that makes sense.
Right.
So when you're younger, I feel like I had more things that would fulfill me because it was just more like fun, less like less what's the word?
You had no responsibility.
Right. It was just more like, oh, we just here, we living, we just vibing. So I guess now because everything I'm doing has a purpose to it. Yeah, it's more feels more like work and not so much just we just vibe and we just living, you know.
Yeah, and for people out there, I'm not saying Deja, but it has a lot to me and our friends talking about this. It has a lot to do with your circle. I'm not saying your circle is bad, but people hang around people that are doing nothing. They question why their lives are like that.
And maybe if like my friends were in the area that I live in. Okay, I do have friends that live in DC, yes. But I'm talking about like the people that I really like have a strong bond with, they're not in this area. So maybe it would be a little better.
Yeah.
If like people that I was super close with was like down the street or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Cause I know even a lot of people here that we see at school that are like older, we just be questioning just certain things that it's just like how did some people get to this certain point where sometimes it seems like they're not progressing. It's like sometimes they may be stagnant or maybe they're not doing things it's not my life, so I wouldn't know, but it just seems like that. And
I do think sometimes like you don't have like you might be stagnant in one area of life, but you can be progressing in another.
That's
true. I feel like maybe a couple years ago I was stagnant work-wise, but I wasn't stagnant like in my personal life. Right. Or, you know, like that I feel it balances out sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't think every area of your life has to be like going up at the same time.
Okay. Go ahead, my bad.
Okay. Question for you. So I think that going back to when I said I had a mental breakdown, I feel like the thing that, because I was in the house, so the thing that kind of got me through was the fact that like mine just kind of like allowed me to sit there and just like cry it out. And I really felt like, you know, if I didn't have anybody to cry to, that I wouldn't have been able to get through that. So how do you think that family members or your immediate circle or whatever can like what can we do to best support you when it comes to your mental health on or what have, and maybe you could speak just to me, like where have I lacked in when it comes to support mentally for you?
That's a good question. That's a good question to think about. At first, I think everybody should think about that first. That's a very good question. What can your immediate circle do better? Okay. Yeah. So I think my immediate circle, let me just say at school first. And this is not directed at anything. I'm just saying in generally.
Yeah, this is general.
I think everybody needs time for themselves to just breathe. Some days people you just not feeling it. Some days you just don't want to be bothered. And people have to respect that aspect. So like I can say with my friends, they respect that. If I say something like I'm not feeling that, I don't want to do this, they understand, we move on, boom. I know for some people people still cross boundaries where they're still being pushed and forced to do things they don't want to do, or seen as like just a joke, or what they're saying is not being taken seriously. I can't say that for myself, so I think here those things are fine. Usually my result here is positive. I've gotten better with expressing how I feel.
Okay.
and not just letting things bypass and just saying whatever and letting
Mm-hmm.
people think what it is. Now I say how I feel, right? And I've
Yeah.
learned that over the years. It hasn't always been like that.
Yeah.
But usually I say how I feel. But
Mm-hmm.
with y'all, what can I say? I think honestly I could do a better job expressing myself with you guys, first of all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would say that because sometimes you can feel like when you're saying your feelings that you are being like you're pointing fingers. Like what you're saying, you're thinking about other people's feelings, and sometimes I don't want to feel like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes with y'all, I can be hesitant of what I'm gonna say, or hesitant how I feel, and just take it on the chin.
Mm-hmm.
Because in some instances, I feel like, yeah, I want to speak up right here because this made me feel this way. But then I'm like, well, what will that do down the road for me when I'm in a good mood and they remember that happening? Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the consequences
And
of what
yeah,
I'm.
Kiana said,
Mhm.
sometimes I just want to listen. I want someone to listen. Just
Yeah,
listen.
just
Yeah,
listen.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, like instead of having something back to say,
Mm-hmm.
like your parents or you or anybody having something back to say, or
Yeah.
down the road 2 weeks later somehow it just brought up of what I said.
And
Instead
I
of
will
that me
say,
thinking of the consequences of that happening, like, well,
yeah,
I might as well just say that because look what's gonna
it
happen in the
has
future.
a yeah. I
Yeah,
definitely will say that I can do better with like being, and maybe not with you, but just in general, like being less defensive because
true, true,
like
true.
I do think sometimes when something is said to me, like I take it personally instead of
Mm,
like how you said, looking at it more so like from the perspective of how you feel, not more so of like how's it making me feel, like
exactly,
let's just hear
exactly.
about what you are feeling in that moment and then go
Yeah,
from there. Not
yeah,
so hopefully like by me knowing this you could feel like you could just say how you feel, because I do think maybe in our relationship I feel like you're very neutral on a lot of things,
yeah. That's true.
so I
That's true.
never know how you truly, what is your true opinion about it,
That's true.
because I feel maybe it's not a defense, but like a default to just be like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But I
Yeah.
want you to feel like you can be like, no, I don't want us to do it like this, or I don't like that, or
Mm,
that.
yeah.
I'm trying to say
I'm
like
a
I would
very
want,
yeah. That's cool
yeah,
type
because
of
yeah, and I don't think you don't think that, like you don't think it's cool, or maybe you do. I don't know, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
yeah, yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes it's true. Sometimes it's the spare of the situation.
for sure. And
Yeah,
I feel that sometimes it's easier to just be like, I just don't
yeah,
even want to deal with the
mhm,
headache of like really saying how I
yeah.
feel right now. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes I do try to like y'all tell me what's happening. I usually let y'all know, like, come on, like y'all supposed to tell me what's happening. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's a good one, yo. Like, people got
Right.
to realize that.
How about we ask?
What?
How about we ask in the chat for a second? Okay, if you
Mhm.
had to say, because I like the question you asked me, or maybe you ask it again about the fulfillment thing. Like, ask.
Right, right.
So, what's
So
the
we can say
question?
it again.
Yeah, I want
I
people to.
said,
If you're comfortable with saying it, you can answer.
yeah.
But
I was saying the last question I asked, right?
hey, Stephanie. Yeah, about the fulfill.
Yeah,
Like when I said the percentage.
yeah, yeah. I said talk to me about the important activities or projects you've been involved in. So I guess maybe you can name one or something, like if it's school or work or something at your job, whatever. And I
Mm,
was just saying, how much enjoyment do you get from doing said activity or something at your job or whatever you like doing? How does it fulfill you? Is it
yeah.
really your passion? So yeah, drop a percentage and then drop the
Yeah.
thing in the percentage. That would help a lot.
For sure.
But let me ask you a follow up on that. So you said
Okay.
17%.
Yep.
So how confident are you in your own personal capabilities? Like recently, like how confident are you in what you do?
Uh, I think I'm actually pretty confident.
Mm,
So, I feel like I have a. I don't know. I'm not gonna say. I don't think the right word is toxic, but I feel like I have a weird amount of confidence
mm,
to where like, and maybe because I read certain spiritual like self-help type books, but
mhm.
when you truly truly believe that whatever is for you, I like anything that's happening around me, like I don't, that doesn't, it doesn't impact how I feel my trajectory is going to go, like
Okay,
at all,
okay.
at all. So like especially because I know I'm doing work on myself, like by going to school, by
Mhm.
producing great work, I know that like I'm confident in my ability to be able to move higher to the next step, whatever that means. So
Okay,
that doesn't
that's
like,
good
I'm
to
not
hear.
really, I don't lack confidence in that regard.
Mhm.
Um yeah, and I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good, I don't know. Like I don't know if it's bad to be like
I mean, I don't.
I'm not tripping, like I don't
Yeah, I mean,
care
I think
about
I think that's a hopeful outlook on certain things. even when things,
Yeah.
like you said, 17%, but look, you still feel confident in everything that you do. So
Yeah,
things are situational based.
for
Mother
sure.
said
Mine
my
said her
percentage, yeah,
my percentage has been going up lately, so about 82%.
that's a
Gianna
lot.
says 3%. Yeah. Yeah, we can chat about that too, Gianna, if you want. Like,
Yeah,
you can call
facts.
me. I'd like to know more.
Exactly, because a lot of people think you only can like you only can tell certain people certain things. So if you confine to certain people, like
Mhm.
that's a positive thing where you only
Yeah.
think you can talk to your mom, you don't only talk to your dad. Now you can
Yeah.
talk to anybody you feel comfortable with. Like somebody's willing to listen, somebody you trust. This is the only thing. People have problems with trust. People have problems.
Yes.
People
And
have
but
problems.
rightfully
That's what
so.
I'm saying. People have problems with telling people certain things because then, like we said, circles back around. You like, how did
Hmm.
3 other people find out about this?
Yeah.
Just
Or
like
people
that.
look at you differently, even
Yeah.
when they want to act like they not.
Right. So I mean, you have to be open and honest. And honestly, when you're talking to somebody, you have to know that they care about you to not be judgmental.
Hmm.
Because if you're telling people certain things about your life, like
Hmm.
anything in any instance, that's tough to do
Hmm.
because you just never know how it can wrap around. You have a heated argument with somebody, now they're talking about why
What
your
you
dad
said.
left you, like just like
Right.
yeah,
Random stuff.
just random stuff. So you have to be
Yeah.
open and honest about the people in your life and understand who is for what. Everybody is not for everything. You have to
Mm,
know that because
mm.
once people show you their true colors one time,
That's it. It's a wrap.
it's already over. Because you try to rekindle that relationship with somebody that already showed their true colors, but that's who they really are.
That is.
No
Yeah.
matter what you believe, how many times they say they're sorry, they would never do something like that to you if they really care. You have to
Mm,
realize that.
mm-hmm. 100%. Okay. What area of your life do you think right currently is bringing you the most stress?
Wow.
It can
What
be any area of life. Like
uh,
what's causing the most stress in your life at this moment?
last year I would have said something like school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know what? It's weird because I'm pretty decent in this area, like
Mm-hmm.
in
And
like just
maybe
general.
it's nothing, but I want to say,
Like
oh,
it's not. It's something, but it's not. I think this is more like
okay,
a want than a need type of thing, like
okay,
in my life. But I'm pretty good in this area.
got it.
I don't want people to think this because what I'm about to say, like I'm not broke, but I was gonna say like money, like
Yeah,
it's not.
that's
As I
fair.
had, I'm in a good situation with money, whatever. But I just want so much more, like, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
in a spot in my life
Yeah.
where I can go get what I want, like money. Like I can go get a job, do this, do that, do
Mm-hmm.
whatever I want, try to make as much money as I can. But there's so many other responsibilities I gotta do right now.
Yeah.
Being in
You're a
school and
student.
just
Yeah.
yeah. So it's just like that aspect of it of bombarding so many things at once is what's stressing me out because I
Mm,
want something that I can get, but there's so many other things are going to be building on top once I start getting what I want. I
mm.
want more money. Of
Yes.
course, everybody wants more money, but it's just what's gonna come with that. So I mean,
What do you
many
mean? Oh,
times,
like having to work a job and
yeah,
having
like and
to,
just being super busy. I'm gonna be
yeah,
super duper busy. I'm gonna have no time for nothing. The things I really want to do.
yeah,
So
that's fair.
it's like yeah, I'm in a comfortable spot, in school, being a college student with money. I'm cool, but it's so many other things that I want
Yes, I understand.
that I cannot fulfill just because of the situation I'm in. So it's frustrating when I
Mm,
see certain things like over the summer could have been easy to get or do
mm-hmm,
or whatever, and when you're
mm-hmm.
in school, you just stuck.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
just frustrating.
That I get that.
So it's not stressing me out, but at times when I know I want something and I can't, and like dude, I always tell my friends like, man, what if we was just rich? Like think of how easy everything would just be. Like
Right.
they even
Or
had
so
rich
we
parents
think.
you could just call like, yes, can you send me over 10K? Like that's so it's an example, but it's an
Right.
exaggeration. But I'm just
I get you.
saying certain things you just wish life could be so much less stressed about
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
worrying about. But yeah, that I would say that because
That's a good one because I think
school,
that's probably true for a lot of people, like finances,
yeah,
money.
finances, yeah,
Because
that's a good
I
word
don't
for
think
it.
that has to be a stressor if you're in a position where you're like financially unstable. It could be
Yeah,
just in general. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's more like a leisure type of thing compared to like I got bills to pay. Yeah,
Right. Right. And which is of course a different type of situation, but
yeah,
it still
so
doesn't invalidate the fact that you would
yeah,
like more be able to do more
that's what I'm
stuff.
saying. That's what
Hmm.
I'm saying. All right,
Gotcha.
Okay, I think I got a good one right here.
Okay.
Okay. Describe how supported you feel around your family and friends. Be honest.
When it comes to what?
Everything. Something that you're passionate about. How supported do you feel? Like completely and honestly. Family and friends. That's both.
Mm, mm, I definitely think it could be a lot better. I think that I could be getting a lot more support from like extended family.
Okay.
Whether that's just like checking up, whether it's taking me out to eat so we can talk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just hanging out. I feel like the way I look at support is like checkups or like FaceTime calls or just like let's hang out and go eat and talk.
Yeah.
Those are like my main things.
Yeah.
Probably because I don't really need help when it comes to like actually doing stuff with it, or like financially, work wise, whatever. Yeah. So I feel that I could be best supported when it just comes to like people supporting my emotional well-being.
Right. So it's less about. It's just the human aspect.
Yeah, that's what I think is lacking severely.
Yeah, like it's certain times it doesn't feel like family.
No.
Like the whole point of family is to be connected in some sort. And I know people have their own lives and things like that. So maybe
for sure
you too could do a better job at.
That's why I said that's like I was trying to answer the question without
making it
bringing up things that blame me. No, I'm saying because I think I can do better too. But I didn't want to say that when I was talking when you asked me about me. But I definitely think that it's like a two-way thing. I say that when it comes to people younger than me. Of course, I can check on people that's older than me, but I don't play those games when it comes to like, oh, the phone goes both ways. No,
right.
Not where you're younger. Not right now. Like, no, not right now.
Right.
So I mean, like, but if it's like someone younger, like Kiana or even Jacob or something, like, I feel like I could be doing better with like checking up on people that are younger than me. Yeah,
that's true. Sometimes you think you're the young one.
You're the
one
kid.
Supposed to be getting called all the time, but there's people younger
that I could be doing that for.
Right, and honestly, people that are in worse positions too, that just hear your voice just the one time out of a week and a month. Yeah, could mean something. So I got to do better than that because I don't never call nobody.
Yeah, we know you don't. But who calls you?
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying though, I don't like to think of it like that, honestly.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying though, like if we're talking about, I'm just calling a spade a spade. Okay.
Yeah, I get you, but honestly, I personally could do better. Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. So, yeah. Do you have anything else though? I have another question.
You can go ahead. I had one last thing, but mine is more like to wrap it up with. So you can go ahead.
I can say this is my last one. I just want to ask you, do you have any cues, just day-to-day stuff that tick you off mental health wise? Like somebody, you're expressing yourself to somebody and they just blow you off. There's little cues. That you've been recently feeling, maybe.
I just don't like people. I just don't like rudeness. I feel like I've been dealing with that a lot at work right now. And not like my team, but just like the other people that work at the school are so rude. And I think that's probably the main thing that like ticks me off because it's like, who do you think you are? We all came in this world the same way.
Yeah.
I might have even came in a better way. So stop playing with me. Like that, I'd be pissed off. Like, stop playing with me. So that's probably the main thing. Like it's like rudeness, probably. Mm-hmm. That's probably the one that I'm thinking of the most right now. Anything that like ticks me off other than that? Not really. Not right now.
The only thing that ticks me off is, I think something that ticks me off is when you're being open and honest about anything or something. Mm-hmm. And like I already said, somebody blows you off, or you're saying something and somebody tells you that's not true. Like when you're saying something and somebody tells you, you're telling them, and they say, "Nah, that's not true. Nah, you're lying." Like I'm literally sitting here telling you.
Yeah. Do you think it's because people have that perception of you that you're like always joking or something?
Yeah, I hate that.
I know.
It's my fault though, because I literally, what happens though? I meet somebody
Mm-hmm.
And for the first 2 weeks, I'm just joking the whole time. Then when stuff gets serious, not even on a relationship level, just
Yeah.
serious in
Yeah.
general,
They don't know.
I'm becoming me more, like less jokey, just talking regular. Like, I joke in every other sentence, you know that, but most of the time I'm serious. Some of the time I'm serious. So just when the times I'm telling you, and I've been better at this, I've been better saying, no, I'm serious right now. And then I'll say what I have to say. Then somebody still be like, nah, just the other day you said this. But I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. I've been trying to be honest.
Be like decide, like, so people know.
Yeah,
Because people can't read minds. And
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I've been telling people out there, if I say a joke, I say I'm playing. I say, nah, I'm joking. I'll say that. But I've understood certain people still take things seriously. Sometimes even when you say you're joking, they will take it as a joke. Like you say, I hate you. You say, nah, I'm playing. Some people will take that not seriously, but they'll take it like, why did he even say that?
Yeah, why was that even a joke?
Why was that even a joke? So I've been better doing that, but at the same time, it has ticked me off sometimes where it's made me shut down when I'm like, are you even listening?
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, that's it.
Okay. Let me know who I need to beat up. All right. This is my last question to, I guess, wrap up, whatever. Do you have any tips or anything that you do to help your, like, when it comes to, I don't know, just your overall mental well-being? Like, are there things that you do?
Yeah, I think this is ironic what I'm about to say, because at a certain point when I was in school, my freshman year, I didn't have no friends, and I wanted friends really badly. I have a lot of friends now. Sometimes I just want to be alone. So it's very ironic what I'm about to say. It's very ironic.
Oh my gosh, I feel that. Oh my gosh,
what I'm about to say is, sometimes you just need to be alone. That's what I'm about to say. And I'm saying it's ironic because when I was alone, I never wanted to be alone.
Me too. Yo, all right, get out. Stop. Oh my gosh. Are we the same person?
I'm just saying, but now I have a lot of friends that some days you just want to be alone. So I'm telling people, this is my tip. I'm saying some days you need to just be alone, self-reflect, just be in the bed all day. Because sometimes it can be overwhelming when you're chasing a nothing. Like you feel like you're chasing something in your mind, and when you get there, it's another hurdle to jump over. So I feel some days you gotta sit down and literally just be by yourself, be alone. And this is another tip. Find somebody that actually cares about you. Like it doesn't have to be
hard.
I know, but it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could just be a friend. Just find somebody that actually cares about you, that you enjoy hanging out with, you enjoy being around. That person can boost your mood up, but also that person can bring your mood down. So you have to have a good circle.
Discernment. You gotta be able to. It takes time to recognize that.
It does take time,
like you said, if you're on that journey to figure out, just be like, that's something you should be trying to do.
Yeah, you have to be mature too. Don't be mature with your feelings. And I know even when I was younger, high school, I was not mature I was mature in my feelings, but on an immature level.
I mean, you were in high school.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm just saying, even in college though. A couple years in college, I was not mature with my feelings, not telling people how I felt, the things that I was doing intentionally. But now I made it a purpose to be intentional and mature with my feelings and telling people the truth, which I felt has made me feel a lot better. Right. So when you're around certain people and people don't do something that you like, you be mature about it and don't hide behind the wall just to save somebody else's feelings. That's the tip I would say that I have learned in like the last 6 months. So yeah.
Period. I ain't got nothing to add. That's I feel like we could just end it there. But yeah. Thanks for everybody who tuned in.
Facts.
To another episode.
It's crazy, like these episodes just flow by. And next week, can we lock in the doc though?
Yes. Well, yes. Because next week we wanna yes, we will. We're gonna do that.
And we can like post, maybe we can actually post it on our page, like what doc we're watching, people trying to watch it. And maybe we come back to have some, feel me, like a books read. What's that called?
Book club?
Book club, yeah.
But on a doc club.
A doc club, yeah.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Yeah. Happy for everybody listening too.
Yes. Hopefully you took something from it, because it's not easy to be open and transparent how me and De'Andre try to be. So yeah. But anyway, we love y'all. And we will see y'all. Maybe. So now we will see. See y'all next week.
We might see you next week. Let's not even be like that. We might see you next week.
Okay. Life be lifing. All right.
Was that crooked this whole time? All right, we out, man. We'll see y'all.